Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Going to be a fun day. We've been talking football all week. We can't wait to finish up talking our football previews this week with Justin Townsend of the Fairfield Mules. We're going to do that here in How you doing, Justin?
Doing good.
Yeah. By the way, this is Monday, July 31st.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
No, all right.
Sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know what day it is either.
All right.
But what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, around your area here on, by the way, thank you so much for tuning in to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this gorgeous Monday morning. A little bit warm over the weekend. Hopefully it's cooled off a little bit for you now. But let's get you a few things to do going on here on this Monday, July 31st. Last day of July, if you had anything you needed to get done in July, you got about 15 hours. 15 hours to do it. So go ahead and hurry with that. Up at the Harley-Davidson, Legacy Harley-Davidson in Effingham. You can't see. I'm looking to see my hand movements on the screen, and I can't see them because this big doggone thing right here. That is a big doggone thing. We'll talk about that big thing. This is brand new, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is really cool.
A redesign, right?
A brand new redesign and entirely redesigned. Yeah. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But up at the Legacy Harley-Davidson in Effingham, they are starting a drive. I'm bringing it up kind of a day early, but they are starting a drive for tots and teens. Now, this is going on for the first 2 weeks here of August. This is kind of to help out schools. They're going to try to load schools up with some products to help out young women and help them getting going in school. It's always a good thing to make sure everybody is. You don't want a problem. Boy, I'm just trying to be as delicate as I can be. You don't want a problem. Let's put it that way. Right. Will that work? All right.
They saw the flyer.
They saw the flyer.
Right.
the flyer. Yeah. The flyer tells it all.
Right.
The flyer tells it all. So there you go. What else going on today? Actually, this being a Monday, there's not much else going on over at the Marion County Fair, though. It is, I believe it's tractor pull night at the Marion County Fair tonight, and up at the Effingham County Fair here on Monday night. I want to say it's a pageant. I think they're having the Effingham County Fair Queen, well, not the Queen, I believe the Junior Miss Queen pageant in Effingham County tonight. So there's all kinds of things to do. The Marion County Fair in Salem is continuing on, and the Altamont, over at Altamont, the Effingham County Fair is going on as well. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, July 31st, celebrate National Avocado Day. Ripe for the picking, this delicious superfruit. Add this delicious superfruit to your menu today. While guacamole is grand, don't just settle for the chips and dip. Since avocado is so versatile, clear the table for the entire meal. That includes everything from an appetizer to the main dish, all the way to dessert. On National Avocado Day, this tree-grown fruit has them all covered. Avocados are more than a staple food to the American diet. They are proven to be a key ingredient in recipes both inside and outside the body. According to the Haas Avocado Board, as of 2015, avocado consumption has doubled from in the previous 10 years and quadrupled in the 15 years from 2000 to 2015. All right, I've got to ask you, in 2015, here's the quiz. It's quiz time.
Okay.
How many avocados do you think, now this counts Chipotle and all the rest of them, how many avocados do you think were sold in the United States in the year 2015? This is if you get within $1 billion, I'll get you a prize.
Oh, $1 billion? You said within $1 billion?
Within $1 billion.
Within $1 billion.
So that kind of gives you, I'm giving you a ballpark.
50 billion. I don't
That's
know.
pretty good guess. 4.25. Not that many. Not that many.
I don't know. You threw me off with the billion there.
See, when somebody when somebody gives you that kind of number, you kind of feel, okay, what's 20% of that?
It's hard to wrap your head around that. But,
so. Do you eat avocados?
Because I don't like. I don't
I was
like.
going to say.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I know a lot of people who don't like avocados.
Right.
I don't eat avocados. I'll eat the occasional guacamole, but not very often. But that's about it. And this is a superfood. Several reasons to celebrate avocado. One of the secret weapons in any avocado is the high oleic acid content. This is a moisturizing fatty acid, keeps the skin hydrated and also supports the regeneration of damaged skin. It also, if you eat it, has vitamin C, E, as well as vitamin K.
Superfood, huh?
It is a super. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
You need to add that to your diet, Justin. Make yourself healthy, wealthy, and pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I do.
I bet your dad eats avocados.
Probably.
I bet your Walt.
I bet he does.
I bet your Walt will even eat an avocado. He might have an avocado. He might know.
He probably would have knew. He would have known,
that.
Yeah.
But he would also know if there were any avocado trees living in Wayne County.
Yes, he would. Yeah, their location as well. Yes.
He would know the location and be able to go pick fruit. I could get behind this next one better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is National Raspberry Cake Day.
Okay.
Every July 31st, celebrate it. Raspberry Cake Day. It's a jubilantly feast every year. Today is a day to enjoy the raspberry cake. Interesting facts about raspberries. An individual raspberry weighs about a tenth to a fifth of an ounce. It's made up of 100 little droplets. Do you eat raspberries?
I like raspberries.
I like raspberries.
Yeah.
Single raspberry has a hollow core once it's removed from the tree. One raspberry from the bush. One raspberry bush can yield several hundred raspberries a year. A rich source also of vitamin C, manganese, and dietary fiber. Raspberries all over the place. A wonderful thing. And more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, on July 31st. I can get behind this one too because I've had several of them. This is National Mutt Day. National Mutt Day encourages folks to embrace, save, and celebrate mixed breed dogs. Actually, it's this day as well. They have 2 days a year, July 31st and December 2nd. Of course, longing for a new home, millions of loving and healthy mixed breed dogs are in shelters, and they wait for somebody to come in and adopt them. National Mud Day provides an excellent opportunity to find the perfect canine companion. According to the ASPCA, approximately 3.3 million dogs enter shelters every year, and I don't know the number that don't come out, but I suspect it's a pretty good portion of that number. So this day was started back in 2005. And actually both days. I wonder how they got 2 days. That's pretty cool. One of the most common, well, I guess it's difficult to have a most common mutt because, there are all kinds of different mutts. What's the most common purebred in shelters? No chance you know. How'd you know that? That's really good.
I just kind of assumed they're kind of a small, annoying dog. And they look cute when you get them initially, and then people probably get tired of them.
Pit bulls and Chihuahuas.
I could see that.
Pit bulls and Chihuahuas are the two most common purebreds. I would not have.
But now that you think about it, though, you could see it, though. I mean, people, I want a pit bull.
You're quite a bit more logical than me.
Right? No,
that's a pretty good logic right there. You're way ahead of me. I'm not surprised. That's why you work with kids and coach, and I'm here talking on stupid TV, or trying to talk on stupid TV. What else is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What do you want to see on TV today? There are a few things going on television tonight. tonight as the Reds will be in Chicago taking on the Cubs. Andrew Abbott versus Marcus Stroman, provided he's still a Cub. That'll be on Marquee Channel 597. Also at 6:05 tonight on Major League Baseball Network. It's a doubleheader on Major League Baseball Network tonight. The Tampa Bay Rays will be at the Yankees. Yankees are pitching Domingo Germán. Don't know who the Rays are going to pitch quite yet in that one. And also the Diamondbacks will be in San Francisco. That one at 8:45 tonight on Major League Baseball Channel 599. Also, this is the big one. The U.S. drew against the Netherlands on Wednesday night last week. Tonight at 2 a.m. Let's see, did I change this? I think I did. Yeah, it's at 2 a.m. tonight. Portugal versus the United States on Fox, and Vietnam versus the Netherlands on Fox Sports 1. All at 2 a.m. The U.S. needs to win to advance to get into the lightning round, basically. So they got to beat Portugal tonight. If they don't beat Portugal, they can still get in, but a lot of things need to happen. What else? The other games, China plays England at 7 a.m., and Haiti plays Denmark also at 7 a.m.
If the USA if they don't advance, that's probably a pretty big upset.
That would be a tremendous upset.
They've been kind of pegged to maybe. Do
you watch much women's soccer?
When it comes to the World Cup, I do.
Did you watch it on Wednesday night?
No, I did not. But
it was one you would have appreciated because there were clearly adjustments made at halftime.
Right.
The U.S. played terrible for the first half. They played terrible for like 10 minutes at the start of the second half, and then they just turn it around.
Right.
And
maybe they'll get it together then.
That's the hope.
But if they don't advance, it'd be a pretty big disappointment.
It'd be a big disappointment to gamblers as well. There's a lot of money on the U.S.
Right.
That's Justin Townsend, head coach of the Fairfield Mules. I'm Bruce Dickey. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the Fairfield Mules football right after these words. Do please stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdars are here to help, so call local and call Zimdars.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, joined today by Fairfield High School football head coach Justin Townsend, and we're going to talk a little bit about Fairfield football starting up here in about 3 or 4 weeks, and as well as all kind. He's got a new gig. I mean, AD and all kind. You can talk about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's my 3rd year as AD.
Yeah.
And,
is it 3rd year?
Yeah.
That's not new anymore then.
It's not new, but it's a lot of work. It's something new every year with it. I mean, definitely.
I suspect there is. Fairfield Mules. What a fun up and down season last year. You had a couple of losses, of course, you'd like to have back, but you had an interesting finish. And when you went into the regular season, you finished up 6-3.
6-3.
6-3, and I've got the regular season stuff right here. Let's that's the overall.
Right.
Here's what happened last year. Had a couple of really tough losses there. The Cesar Valier down at Cesar Valier. That was a tough one to follow.
Yeah, that one we beat them everywhere on the field, essentially, except the scoreboard. Stat-wise, that was coming out of a Week 1 game with El Dorado where we lost our all-conference running back at a second series to an ACL injury. We had kind of changed some things up offensively and scheme-wise, and to lose him, and we were still kind of finding ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And
it's difficult.
Yeah.
That's the thing with you got to. You're playing the Friday night or that week, whether you want to or not.
Retool some things, and we just did not finish that game at Cesar. And Cesar, obviously, you saw the record. They're 8-3. They're a really good football team, but that was a game we should have won.
And plopped right in there at the start of the tough run.
We're very front-loaded on our schedule.
Right.
El Dorado could have made the playoffs, came up just a little bit short, but then you got Cesar, Johnston City, who ended up having their best season in school history.
Right.
Flora ended up being a playoff team. Carmi, one of their best seasons. So very front-loaded. Carmi was a team that we were actually beating at halftime.
Right.
And at the time, I think they were undefeated when we played them at their place.
Fifth week of the year.
Yeah, so, and then we had a lineman get dinged up, and that really changed the complexion of that game. So really the first part of the season, we were kind of, we were putting guys in different spots. We were really trying to figure out who we were. And
2-3 after 5 games.
And we hadn't been in that situation in, I don't know, 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
It was a really different feeling for us.
It kind of forces you the kids to really put their head down and work for the last 4 weeks.
And we really, but at the same time, we saw some flashes. We saw some things starting to come together. We didn't hit the panic button. We kind of looked at our goals towards the end of the year and where we could be. We wanted to be 6-3. With how things were shaping up, it looked like we could end up being in 2A, and we ended up getting in the 2A playoffs. We finished 6-3. We were rewarded with North Mac.
Let's talk about Verdon North Mac.
Who happened to be I think, maybe the number 7 team in the state.
Yeah. If you don't know where Verdon is, think of go to Springfield and turn left or something like that.
For your older Mule fans, that's where Ron Graham went up to and became an administrator up there. His boys ended up
That is,
playing there.
I hesitate to say, but that is for much older Mule fans
Yeah.
now.
So he would have been
He
the
coached
football.
you.
As a freshman, he was our coach, and
Yeah.
then he left and became administrator up there, and then Coach Hadfield came in.
Right.
Would have been 93 would have been his last year, I believe, coaching. So anyway, that's the draw we got, and I mean, when you're 6-3, you're going to play a 8-1 or 9-0 team.
Right.
They're going to be on the road, and
Let's talk about that game.
I mean,
Were the kids excited?
kids were excited. I mean,
they didn't care about a 3-yard
we didn't,
pass, so
we
I get
didn't
that.
care about that, but you know, we always talk about preparing to win, and that's how we're going to do it. And we felt like kind of going into the game, they had some explosive players. I mean, they had I think 3 or 4 of their guys were on a 4x1, 4x2 relay teams that had placed at state.
Oh, wow.
In the state track meet. So they had some really good speed. Had a all-state caliber fullback, middle linebacker type kid. Had a Division I lineman that I think he had verbaled to Vanderbilt already on the offensive defense. I mean, they had some guys, and but our kids were excited for the opportunity. And so we make the track up there. As always, our fans traveled well.
Yeah, I was going to say you had a good crowd up
Yeah,
there.
I mean, we had just as many fans as they did.
Right.
I mean, that's what's great about Fairfield. And they jumped out on us, 14-0, I believe. And it was that was kind of facetious, though. They really didn't do much. They hit a broken play for us on a long run.
Would have been 13-0.
13-0, yeah. And then we had a tipped pass that we should have picked, but then it landed right in the kid's lap, basically, and they score. But we were still moving the football. We
Yeah.
were still, I mean, we were doing a lot of good things. And
got a score in the end of the
we got,
half,
Yeah,
right?
we got the ball. We went on this long drive right before the half, and I've told the story, I don't know, probably 10 times, but I really think it was a turning point in the game. On that drive, it's about 10 or 12 plays into the drive. That big D1 lineman they had, we're about the 15-yard line. You know, you see him tap on his helmet.
So I need out.
He needs out of the game, you know, and
I'm tired.
Yeah, he's tired. And, you know, this is a big point in the game. We're getting ready to go in and score,
Yeah.
and their big lineman is tapping out of the game.
Who saw that?
Well, I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Did your lineman see it at the time,
Well,
or
our
did you
lineman
bring
saw
that
it.
up to him?
Well, our lineman saw it, and
Okay.
our kid saw it, and I think it just gave him a shot in the arm.
Yeah.
You know, like a big boost, and I mean, like,
They
hey,
realize
this
you're-
kid's tapping out, you know, like.
We're doing something here.
And at the same time, I think the Northmac kids are like, what are you doing? You know,
Yeah.
like, we need you, and
Yeah.
you're coming out of the game. And, I mean, we march it in, we score, and I think it was 13-8 at half. We get the ball out at halftime, drive down and score, and, you know, it's kind of.
Take the lead 14-13.
Yeah, so.
They scored again. right?
Yep. I believe so. And we ended up winning the game, I think 20-19.
Right.
We had a drive right before the end of the game, kind of very methodical, just 3-4 yards, and you could kind of see their crowd getting really antsy because
Yeah.
they're like, we may not get the ball back,
Yeah.
you know, and then we had a big play. We hadn't completed a pass all day. We had a big play action pass to Duckworth, our tight end.
Yeah.
It was a big completion, but it was very, very run oriented, very right at you, you know, mixing in, very Mules football.
Yeah.
We've been, you know, for the last 10
few
to 15
years.
Yeah, you know, and then we punched it in. I don't remember the exact time, but it was under a minute.
Yeah, there wasn't much time.
And so we were up 20-19, I believe. And what scared me the most is the kickoff, because I'd already mentioned, you know, they had some burners. They had some kids that could fly. So, of course, we kick it, and I think we squibbed it, and that never goes as planned. They end up they always get the ball where you don't want them to get it. And then I think
It's a football.
Yeah. And then I think we had a play where we might have hit a kid out of bounds, and it was real close on the sideline late. So anyway, they have one last heave, and they do have a timeout left, but they had, I think they had about 9 seconds on the clock. So they throw it, and the kid throws it as far as he can, but it gets to about the 10-yard line. And I believe it was Rogers and Couch or somebody. They tackle him, and I mean, so the scoreboard's there, and they're tackling him, and you can it's all right in there. And keep in mind, they got a timeout. So I mean, right as they tackle him,
It goes to 0.
1, tackle. Time goes, and they don't have time to call the timeout, and we win.
Wow!
So
what excitement!
So
that's right. Which sets up what ended up being the final game of the season, the Pena game on November 5th. At home, you had a huge crowd.
Awesome crowd.
Pena just one of those offenses that wouldn't be stopped, weren't they?
No, they were just all-state quarterback. Lynch. Just a great player. Can run, pass, dual threat. I mean, our kids left it all on the field, played their hearts out. We put up 50 points and lost the game. I mean,
it's just unbelievable. You can't imagine. You can't except it's happened a couple of times now. It happened with El Dorado a few years ago.
But I mean,
you can't get used to it.
No, it's just kind of one of those things, though, and. If you took something away from them offensively, they counter with something else, and that's just the way it goes. But that's kind of our next thing. If we can advance past that second round, that's something that we've never done.
So you have a second road win in the playoffs for
yes, only the second road win ever in school history. The other was 2009 against Bree Central.
Yeah, that's tremendous accomplishment.
Tremendous accomplishment after a rocky start to the season.
I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk a little bit about the off season, and then come into the current season of the Mules. You're watching Big Talk. We'll be back right after this.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Okay, so the season ends, the second week of the playoffs. That's how quick. I was talking with the Salem folks how soon that their kids get back in. After a tough loss like that, Do your kids want to come in the next Monday and start working out and getting ready for the next year?
There's definitely some that do, but we don't really encourage that. No, we don't really do anything as a team until January.
Okay.
And that's just for non-winter sport athletes. Obviously we'll collect equipment and stuff the following week, but we'll start doing speed stuff a couple days a week in January for anybody that's not wrestling or basketball.
Yeah. And then in the summertime, you'll have 7-on-7s. Where have you been able to play?
So, what we do in the summer, we kind of break it into two different, focuses in the summer. June's going to be your speed lifting type stuff. Now, this summer we did more 7-on-7 type stuff in June.
New quarterback.
Yeah, we got to develop. We got some young quarterbacks we got to develop. We did go up to Jacksonville this year to the Illinois High School Football Coaches Association 7-on-7. Participated in that.
How many teams?
I think there was around 20 teams.
That's nice.
We were actually the 2A state champs.
Hey, congratulations.
We went 1-0 against 2A teams.
There you go.
Now, we did get knocked out of the tournament by the eventual state champs of the 1A through 3A tournament.
Who was that?
Greenfield, not Greenville, Greenfield.
Yeah,
very good.
I've done a playoff game.
They're a very good 1A team. I'll be, as far as throwing the football around, I don't know what they have lineman-wise or anything, but their skill kids and their quarterback are very good.
We did a playoff game, Edwards County up there about 25 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
well, they have very good skill players this year. I'm kind of curious to watch, see how they do.
They're 1A too.
They're 1A, and I was impressed with them. I mean, they picked us apart.
Your off season this summer got interrupted.
Right.
A couple of times. There was a tragic accident where R.E. Carter killed in a tragic vehicle accident, and had you ever dealt with something like that?
No, not with a player.
You've been very fortunate.
I'm very fortunate. Obviously, I've lost students and things like that. But as far as a player on the team, no, we haven't had to do anything like that. There's RE.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore player for us. Great kid, extremely hard worker. Also a wrestler, and just a great kid. He'd been to football workouts that day, and was heading back into town on his motorcycle. He went to football workouts that day, and he'd been bucking hay all afternoon.
Right.
And unfortunately,
which helps for football too.
Yeah, and unfortunately was an accident and lost his life. And just
how do you? There's no handbook for how you deal with that with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I guess you just got to be there for the kids.
Try to be available for the kids and just be available for each other. I mean, you develop relationships with these kids. A lot of times you spend as much time with these kids as their families. By the time your practices and meetings and liftings and off seasons and you just see a lot of them. And so it's you get close with them. And so it's been tough. It definitely has. And there's instances even now that continue to pop up.
Sure.
RE played center for us.
Right.
And
you got to find a new center.
That's something for our JV team that we've been working on. It's came up in practice. This summer. We've missed him in that spot. And so definitely been tough. But our kids have been tough, and they've pushed through. And
that's going on the helmet, right?
Yeah, we've actually got one on there right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I didn't. Let's see. Let's put the helmet cam on.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, let's put it over there.
There you go.
That's a good-looking sticker. Boy, you hate the reason for it. Yeah. This is an entirely remade helmet. We're going to talk about. May as well talk about it now. But you guys have always had black helmets.
Yeah, we've had black ever since I can remember.
Ever since I can remember, for crying out loud. Man,
but so there may be somebody out there outside the studio waiting for me since we've switched up the colors. I know there's some people that are really partial to that F with the traditional kicking mule, and they don't like the quote unquote angry mule, and
the traditional kicking
yeah,
mule. There are people that
there are people on social media, they'll put it there. Oh, I really like that. I kind of like it.
I know the people who designed that. They designed that traditional kicking mule when I was in high school. And it was kind of as a lark.
So
let me just tell you now, I'm surprised it caught on.
So anyway,
all right, what do you have here? Let's see it.
So
let me hit the right button.
So I don't know if you can tell, we got some metallic flake in here that's going to look really good underneath the lights.
Okay.
Now this is a really cool. Notice the railroad tracks here?
That is the railroad track, isn't it?
Train yard. Okay.
And it kind of reduces in size as you're going over the course of the helmet.
And then
I do love the mules in front
Mules
too.
Logo. And then this isn't on here, but on the back we'll have the players' numbers right there.
Oh, that's cool.
So
it's there's no green button in the back. You guys are not letting you do radio communications.
No, that would be illegal.
Angry Mule. See, now, this is not the first year you've used the Angry Mule.
No, we've had the Angry Mule for a while, but anyway.
Why'd you change from black to white?
I'm going to be honest with you. I just felt like it was time for a change. And
probably a little cooler.
Yeah, it is a little cooler, but I was under the conception that it was like a really expensive thing to do. Now, these are not all new helmets. Like, we didn't get 75 new helmets or anything, okay?
This is paint.
This is paint. So it only was like $15 per a helmet to change the color of the helmet.
Are you kidding me?
I always thought it was a lot more expensive than that.
I don't know what you've been waiting for.
So I guess I probably should have. Now, on the flip side, you can't just keep changing because it takes away the integrity of the helmet and it won't be safe. So I think you can do it a couple different times. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give it a shot.
See how it works.
So see how it works. But that's why I felt like, let's do it and let's see what happens.
Do you have, I got to ask, do you have some like shoe polish that you can put on there to get rid of the scuffs?
I kind of like the scuffs. I think that adds character. So, and I have not seen teams that have the white with the black face mask, black chin strap. I like unique. I wanted to be unique. There for a while, it was the trendy thing was to have like the flat black type colors, and sure enough, we go white, and Hamilton County goes to flat black.
Oh, did they really?
So I thought that was kind of funny, So
terrible transition, but one other player I wanted to mention, another more recent in the last couple of weeks, Logan Kreider, a kid who was a former player for the Mules, another just outstanding kid.
Yeah, so Ari and Logan both. First of all, I don't consider myself a small guy, but he was just massive.
He was a massive guy.
So I'm about 6'2", 280, 275, 280. So that gives you an idea if you're looking at that.
If you look at that, or you can look at let's see, I've got that. You can look at Kurt.
Kurt's about 6'4", 6'4". So Logan, huge heart, great kid, extremely hard worker. Both these kids, I want to emphasize that, much more than just football players, hard workers. Logan, FFA, loved to hunt, fish. He was a scuba diver.
Was he really?
Yeah. So he just firefighter.
Yeah, I knew
just extremely well-rounded. Everybody knew Logan. So we've been hit hard this summer in Fairfield. So it's been tough.
Our thoughts to all the Fairfield fans out there who are and families, of course, who have been dealing with that over the course of time, and school does go on. The kids are going to have to go to school, and the kids are going to if they play, they play. So, but keep those families in your thoughts and prayers. We're going to take a quick break here on Big Talk, and we'll be right back after these words. Please do stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Joined today by Justin Townsend. A few other things that you folks did in the off season, that your team did in the off season. We'll get to this year here in a second. I swear.
It was a busy summer.
Crazy summer. Tell me what all was going on here. You had camp. You had your players out there teaching camp.
So that's our JFL camp that we have every year. I mean, we had over 125 kids at this camp on a Friday night. You can probably tell by the red cheeks, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, it looks a little warmish.
But, I set this up, and the kids come, and I give our high school kids, I give them a lot of credit. I set up the stations, I tell them what I want done, and I mean, they take over and they run the drills, and they just do an awesome job. And we coincide it with sign-ups for our JFL program.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a hit every year. It's a free camp that we put on, and it's, we do kindergarten through second grade, and then we bring in, third through eighth. There's Tucker on the right. That's my son.
Oh, I got his picture coming up.
He's something else, but that's Jay's boob who he's blocking. So Jay's is, I think, 6'5", 340. So it's just a lot of fun. Good experience for him, and get some interaction. There you go, blocking our linemen. And
some little older kids.
So it's fun, but also we're trying to teach them fundamentals. We get them in a 3-point stance. We teach them blocking technique. How to carry a football, how to throw a football, how to catch a football. With our tackle guys, there's Landon Zerlini, my other son, working with them. Just the fundamental stuff. And then with the guys that are in tackle, so that'd be, that's the 3rd through 8th grade group, I believe.
Yeah.
We're going to teach them proper tackling technique. As much as we can, we're going to pack that 90 minutes we got with them and get them ready to go for JFL season.
How about that? And you get, so if you go, you have kindergarten to 3rd grade, and then
kindergarten to 2nd, because they're going to be doing the flag season, which we run at the high school. We're going to be doing that in September. So 4 Saturdays in September, we're going to run that. The high school kind of what we did there. The high school coaches and varsity players are going to run the flag season on Saturday mornings, every morning except Labor Day. Going to bring them in for an hour and do skill work, and then we're going to play flag games for 30 minutes. And then we brought the 3rd through 8th grade. They've already started JFL practice. So
wow, and there you see Landon Zerlini again, along with number 5. There's
Jalen Manners,
a quarterback for the Mules.
Yep.
In the Fairfield setup, as at least in past years. And it's varied some, but it's been kind of the double tight end, the double wing, 2 tight end, double wing with the fullback. It must make you feel good to have the Snyder boys coming back in.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be a foundation of what we do, because I'm going to be honest with you, last year, when we were trying to find our footing, we went back to that. I don't know, you think back to the
you were going to be spread.
You think back to that Flora game we played on a Saturday. We got in that, and I think it was Trey Mason, that first series, we just marched it down, and I think kind of set the tone. I think, Flora kind of felt like, oh, we're in trouble, and that got us going. And even in our playoff game, that was kind of what we revert back to get us going. And so it's always going to be a staple. And so, we got Jay and Latrell, but I mean, we got Trey Mason coming back. We got Izzy Sargent as a junior running back for us. I mean, I feel I would put our running backs up against anybody in our conference.
Mason a senior? He is.
He's going to be a senior. Jay and Latrell are seniors. I feel really good about our backfield, and a lot of experience back there. So. And those guys have the ability to flex out into a shotgun formation, which we've worked on this summer as well. So, we're going to continue to use both sets.
Whenever you do go to the spread set, usually your tight ends kind of stay the same place. Might go out a little bit. You got to replace you are replacing both tight ends. You lost.
Yeah, well, we got Alec Couch coming back, who's a senior, has some experience that, but then we picked up Landon Harrelson.
Oh, really? Landon's coming out?
So he played as a freshman, was an O-lineman as a freshman, but we're talking about an all-conference baseball player. He'll probably be I think he'll be an all-conference basketball player. And then you get a kid like that to come out as a senior. He's going to play some tight end. He's been working at wide receiver as well. I think he's going to help us there. And then also, we got some good young receivers. Lane Robson is a sophomore who's going to be a really good one out there as well. So, I feel like all those guys are going to contribute at those spots. So we have some flexibility. When we haven't really hit on it, but I mean, we have 41 varsity football players, sophomore through seniors, that our depth allows us to mix and match a little bit out there.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's take one last quick break, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit about the defense as well as maybe the rest of the BBC.
Okay.
And might even ask you about your Bears.
Okay. I think they're on the upswing.
All right, that's all it is. You got Justin Fields. That's all that matters. We'll be back right after this.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. What you got coming back on defense, Justin? Justin Townsend, Fairfield football coach.
Returned some good guys up front. We returned. Mentioned Trey Mason. He has a twin brother, Trenton Mason, on the D line. Vegas Stanley's another one that's coming back.
Oh, forgot Vegas coming back.
Vegas
Talk
coming
about
back.
a
He's
beast.
O-line, D-line guy. He's coming off a labrum surgery, but he's going to get cleared. He's been able to do pretty much everything but full contact, but he looks good. I think he's going to have a great year for us.
It was he and Peyton Allen down in the middle last year that were just formidable.
So I feel really good about those guys. And we mentioned, Jay and Luttrell and Couch and those guys. A lot of experience there. Trey, obviously. We've had to find some secondary guys. We've had to find some defensive end type players. But once again, we kind of just mold our guys in, and it's kind of the next man up mentality, and that's what we've been doing the last 10 to 15 years, and we've been able to be successful. And
how's the numbers holding up?
So we're over 60 again in our program. We're pushing 20 in the freshman level.
So you're going to have a freshman schedule?
Yeah, we're right now we got 5 freshman games scheduled. We got a really talented freshman class. We have 2 or 3 freshmen that really probably going to be pushing for varsity time.
Is that right?
I'll be honest with you, and so that's exciting. But at the same time, our sophomores and juniors and seniors understand that. So that's a good thing. You want to push yourself, and you want to be on the field playing. So
I got to ask you the question that I ask you every year.
Okay.
I've asked this. I've been doing this interview with him for 10 or 15 years now. Are you going to kick the extra points yet?
No, we have not.
You got a kicker?
No, we have not even attempted a field goal extra point this summer. We haven't long snapped. We were going to go for 2 and go with it. And,
you got a kicker though who can kick off?
Alec Couch. It would not surprise me if he puts a couple in the end zone this year.
See,
now the flip side, so people are sitting there like, well, why won't you kick field goal? Well, his kick is a different. It's like a line drive, and it's low, but it's got I don't know.
Force.
It's got force. I don't know that it's like the. If you guys watch this play with Aaron Perez in the spring, it's not. You don't know where the heck it's going, but it's coming off his foot really good. So,
Aaron Perez knew where it was going.
You could tell Aaron Perez to hit the upright, and he would do it. He's going to engineering school at U of I.
Okay, I knew. I thought he went to Illinois, but I didn't know if he was going to try to walk on.
He could have kicked at several schools, but he just wanted to go be a student.
Good for him. Good for him. Well, you see, now that's the thing. And you had trouble. There was a little trouble last year on kickoffs, in that it seemed like your opponents were starting at the 40 or 45.
Yeah, it's always a concern. But some of that, you can have a great kicker, but if you don't have the kids that can run down and cover it, that's the other factor. But we also, with our numbers, I mentioned that we try to get that group of 5 or 6 kids that we get them to buy into. That's where they can contribute to the team and make plays on special teams, whether
They're
it's
fired up
punt
for
team
it.
and get them fired up, get them amped up. When other teams are having to run their starters out there and can't give them a breather, we're able to do that, and so that's definitely a benefit.
Speaking of other teams, here's what the conference standings looked like last year. These things flip around and change all the time. I think this year seems to be, talking to folks, this year seems to be wide open with everybody lost a lot of players, didn't they?
Yeah, I think, we had a lot of really good seniors graduate. Johnston City had some really good seniors graduate. Carmi had some really good seniors graduate. Flora, I know, had a bunch of kids graduate. Sesser had some good kids graduate. I think one of their best linemen maybe moved to Benton. I know
El Dorado seems like,
El Dorado lost their two or three of their best skill players, but they return a lot of their linemen. So I still think Johnston City is going to be very good. I think Sesser's going to be good. I think we got a lot of potential to be really good. And I still think, I don't see Carmi and Flora really dropping off that much. I think, El Dorado, I think, could be potentially improved.
Vienna, even though they only won one game, they had some talent last year.
They had some talent. They got that young quarterback coming back. They did lose their good receiver, but then they got a coach who kind of has a good pedigree. I believe he played for Alway when they won the state championship. So obviously he's got some good experience there. They just need some stability. They need to get that co-op going with Goreville because there's athletes down there.
They need to get lights at the field.
Yeah,
so
they need to get lights at the field.
Afternoon. They're playing in 100-degree heat every time.
Right,
It kind of makes it tough.
So it'll be interesting.
Is it as wide open as I'm thinking? Or pretty?
I still think you got your top tier teams. And
how many teams do you think have a chance to win the conference?
I'd say I think there's probably three or four.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't know that you have as much of a, top three tier, like a three tier. It's maybe more of a 2-tier, maybe a half, and then somewhere in the middle. But I do think with there's some new coaches. Christopher has a new coach. I know Christopher has a couple of really, really good athletes.
I heard the old coach went to law school.
Yeah, he's a younger guy, but he got accepted at law school, and he's going to go do that.
I guess if you'd rather be a lawyer. Oh, that's cool. How do you like Brett Bielema? How do you like what our boy Brett's doing?
The one thing I will say about him, just going up to the Illinois clinic and stuff, he is super involved with the Illinois high school coaches. And they're really big on the walk-on program here in Illinois, and he's making a effort to get things going in the state of Illinois recruiting wise.
That's entirely different. You've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
Is this
this is unlike any of the other Illinois coaches?
Is that right?
Yes. So they've signed more guys from the state of Illinois in the last 2 or 3 years than prior, probably combined, really. And which is really a positive thing. And they're also, they're looking to sign guys from Southern Illinois as well. They signed the kid from Pinckneyville.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a positive thing for one, the athletes in Southern Illinois, but just from the whole state of Illinois as a whole. It's a really good thing, and he's very, very adamant that his coaches are available if you want to come and sit with them or come and watch practice or he's all about it. He's from Illinois. He played at an Illinois high school, so that's why he's all about it.
That's the thing. You always wonder if he's going to. Kirk Ferentz is not going to be at Iowa forever.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody, all of us Illinois fans are sitting there with our hands, twiddling our thumbs, thinking, "Oh gosh, is he going to become the next Iowa coach?"
Right.
He says he's staying.
I think he's staying. I think as long as they continue to give him the tools that he needs to be successful, and I think they got a chance to continue to get better. So
I'm running out of time. Do the Bears have a chance to win the NFC North?
I think they're on the upswing. I think
it's wide open.
I think it's wide open. I'm trying to distinguish if Detroit's for real or not. It's hard to tell. You never know with them.
Yeah.
But I think this is a huge year for Fields. I think he needs to kind of he needs to make or break this year. I mean, he really does. I mean, they're starting to get him some weapons. I mean, they just signed Cole Kmet to a big contract.
Oh, really?
Yep, 4 years of tight end. So we'll see what happens.
Justin, run out of time. We've got the Mules like half a dozen times this fall. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck to the Mules. We'll see you all next time on Big Talk. Have a great day.